The main draw in our trip to Kerala was to rent a houseboat and cruise on the backwaters. But it turns out that we also very much enjoyed our time in Kochi, a port city in Kerala along the Malabar coast. Our first morning in Kochi started out a bit rough. The previous night, the garbage that had been in the streets had all been raked into small mounds, scattered about the city like anthills. Well, little did I know that when I got up bright and early the next day to do some photography, I would find that all of those garbage piles had been set on fire. The air was thick with fumes of burning rubbish, so it was a bit hard to breathe. On the other hand, Kerala was probably the cleanest place we visited in all of India. There's no rubbish in the streets if you burn it all. Sadly, it does seem that garbage must be harder to rake into a pile and burn if it's on the beach, so... Near the port area, you can find the distinctive Chinese fishing nets that Kochi is well known for. And soon enough, the early morning haze had burnt back to regular levels for India, and we set about doing what we do, wandering aimlessly through a new city. Kochi is known for spice production, and we took a tour that included several stops at sites that processed a variety of spices. By the end of the day, our clothes smelled amazing. Not something you can say very often while traveling in the tropics. You can also visit churches with small goats practicing their free climbing skills on the facade. And you can visit the St. Francis Church, the original site of Vasco da Gama's tomb. By the way, his remains were moved to Portugal in 1539, so he's not there anymore. But if you do visit the church, there's a chance a group of women will ask to take their picture with you. And you can get a very respectable picture representing the solemnity and respect due the location. Or you can do something more fun. After taking lots of pictures with our new friends, we were able to easily find a place to grab a delicious, homely meal. And of course, Kochi is famous for the large-scale, old-school laundry. Clothes are washed by hand in concrete stalls by an older man in a towel. The washed clothes are then hung out to dry in endless fields of line-suspended textiles. And finally, the clothes are ironed, using an iron made of actual iron and filled with burning charcoal. And all this was plenty to make Kochi a very nice place to visit. But in the end, I will always remember Kochi for a simple, magical experience I was gifted with there. I sat down in front of this temple to take a rest and started watching the pigeons flying about. And then, those pigeons did something that seemed a work of art to me. The pigeons made aerial laps around the temple. It was simple. It was perfect. I'm not sure why it meant so much to me. I still don't really understand it. It was just birds flying in circles. But to me, at that moment, in that place and time, it meant something to me. This is why I travel.